Hey guys, we're here with part 2 of this video, the CenturionPro Mini versus the Twister T4. Now in part 1 of this video, we took a close look at both machines. We showed you guys the critical components. Critical components meaning the tumbler, the cutting reel, and the dust collector. In this video, part 2, we're going to show you both machines going head to head. We're going to have two guys come in and run each machine for 15 minutes. Now at the end of 15 minutes, hopefully we're able to determine which machine cuts cleaner and which machine cuts faster. But before we get to the 15 minutes of head-to-head trimming, I want to talk to you about a couple of things that I forgot to talk to you about in the last video. The first thing I want to bring to your attention is the cutting reels. It's one of the critical components of the machine. It actually is the part that cuts off all the leaf off of the machine. I want to bring your attention to this cutting reel. Now, this isn't exactly the cutting reel out of the Twister T4, but the only difference between this cutting reel and the one out of the Twister T4 is 4 inches in length. But other than that, it's the exact same cutting reel. We took a look and we measured. So if you take a look at this cutting reel, you'll see that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blades on it, and it has a diameter of about 3 inches. So this cutting reel has 5 blades and a diameter of 3 inches. It's a good cutting reel. It looks like it gets the job done. I want you guys to pay close attention to the cutting reel of the CenturionPro Mini. Take a look at this beast. Well, in weight-wise, I can tell you this cutting reel weighs about twice as much as probably the Twister T4 cutting reel. But the most important part I want you to pay attention to is the number of blades on this cutting reel. There's 11 blades on this cutting reel. Now, if it was up to me, I would suspect that 11 blades would cut a lot more efficiently than 5 blades. This cutting reel is 5 inches in diameter. But like I said, the truth will be told when we actually run these machines head to head, but I thought I would bring this to your attention because I feel this is a big part of these machines, is the cutting reel. The second thing I want to bring to your attention, the guys at CenturionPro provide you with a diverter that you can see right here. Because they have a dust collector that's 1.5 horsepower, that means there's a lot of suction on these blades. The guys at CenturionPro will allow you to open or close this diverter, which allows you to increase or decrease the amount of suction on these blades. Now, you ask, what will that do for me? Well, what that does for you is the people that like to cut your product nice and clean with no leaf on it would be able to close this diverter and have a super tight, clean cut. But the people that like to leave a little bit more sugar leaf on their product, they can actually open up the diverter, hence creating less suction on the blades, hence leaving a little bit of sugar leaf on your product. So kudos to the guys for CenturionPro for giving you options of how much leaf you want left on your finished bud, if you want it nice and tight or if you want it left a little leafier. Now, before we get started, I want you to take a look at the product going through both machines. This is a complete, accurate match of the product. It's the same going into both machines. There's no differences here because we want an accurate test result to see which machine cuts faster and which machine cuts slower. So now we'll move to the competition. We'll have the guys come in. They will trim for 15 minutes straight. At the end of 15 minutes, we will show you what the product looks like, and we will weigh the product to see exactly how much got trimmed from each machine in 15 minutes. All right, guys, let's do it. 15 minutes of head-to-head action with the Twister T4 and the CenturionPro Mini. So now let's take a look at the quality of product out of each machine after 15 minutes and the amount of product out of each machine in 15 minutes. So let's start off with quality. This is the product here out of the Twister T4. It looks like it's done a fairly good job. It's left a little bit of leaf on there, but at the end of the day, it's a decent job, I would say. It's done, looks good, a lot less painstaking than trimming with scissors. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the CenturionPro Mini. It's a cleaner cut, definitely a cleaner cut. I would say it's how you would want the product to look after the hand trimmers are done with it. So for it being a machine, absolutely fantastic. The product looks really good. It's done a great job. I would give this a good 9 out of 10, and I would give the Twister T4 a good 7 out of 10. So, a decently good job with both machines. Now, let's put this side by side so you can take a close look at both the buckets coming out of both machines. Alright guys, the big difference I'm seeing here physically right now is the amount coming out of each machine. Now, this Tupperware container weighs roughly 2 pounds, so let's put this on the scale to see how much product we have after 15 minutes of harvesting. Alright, Twister T4 has trimmed 5 pounds of wet product minus 2 pounds for the Tupperware container is a total of 3 pounds of wet product in about 15 minutes. And now let's take a look at what the CenturionPro Mini has done in the same amount of time. There you have it, 9.8 pounds of product minus the 2 pounds for the Tupperware container, which is 7.8 pounds of product. So roughly about 8 pounds of product coming out of the CenturionPro Mini wet product in 15 minutes, and roughly about 3 pounds of wet product coming out of the Twister T4. So in terms of speed, easily CenturionPro Mini does a faster job, and in terms of quality of cut, the CenturionPro Mini, I would say, gets an 8 out of 10 versus the Twister T4 gets a 7 out of 10. So hopefully this video helps you make your decision on which machine to purchase. Both are good machines, and I hope you have the information you need to make a smart decision.